Hello, hello, hello. It's Marietta back with another video. I pray that all is well, and I want to thank my new subscribers. I see y'all coming on in, and for all my day ones, y'all know how I feel about y'all. We're on a journey for 10K over here. Thank you for hitting that like button, and thank you for subscribing. And you know what? Turn your notification bells on while we're here so that you will be notified when I drop another video. Today, I want to bring y'all outdoors with me. Y'all know I love the great outdoors. So today we're outdoors, and I really need to get out here and to be able to walk the yard and to be able to see what my next move going to be with cutting the yard, keeping the yard gardens upkeep. And I call them small gardens because it's not vegetable gardens. It's just small areas that I have designated where I've planted bushes and things of that nature to be out here to be able to clean up. Now I want y'all to be able to see, when I spoke before about them yellow dandelions that grow all over people's yard, now I want y'all to see exactly when the dandelions look like when they begin to take over a yard. There are certain things that we go through in life that could cause us not to be able to cut the grass. And y'all know, when y'all in the city, now I've lived in the city as well. Now when I lived in the city, I would always keep my grass cut, but if I could not keep my grass cut, I always had somebody come and cut it. But when you're living in the city and you don't cut your grass, they'll put citations on your door. They would say the grass is over 6 inches, you need to cut your grass or you will be fined. You don't have to deal with that when you're out in the country. You do not have to deal with that out in the country. Now, maybe the neighbors don't appreciate you allowing your grass to get so high, and it's not good for you to let it get so high because there could be cases where you get visited by them little slithery things that crawl across the ground. And you don't want those things in your yard, so you try to keep your yard up to the best of your ability. I know I do. That's what I do. But yet and still, them little yellow dandelions will take over a yard when it's left unattended. So let me show y'all exactly what these yellow dandelions look like when they begin to try to take over your yard. Now, as we begin to walk up in this corner of my yard, because y'all know I do cut my grass, and I keep my yard pretty well so I can see exactly what's moving around it. Even though you see all these little yellow flowers down here on the ground, you can pretty see what is on the ground as well, because the grass itself has been cut. The dandelions always grow faster than the grass itself. So you get a lot of these little yellow dandelions, and they like to hide in corners. See, this corner of the fence right here has a lot more than anywhere else. And then if you continue to look, you'll look across the front yard where I have cut, and you don't see any. You know, very few up against the fence, but I'm talking about right in the middle of the yard, you don't see any, because once you cut them, they tend to be tamed. You begin to look down the line, and you begin to see the dandelions as they move around the fence line. You see how they're moving around the fence line? They're actually moving around the fence line, and you begin to see a lot of dandelions as they begin to move around the fence line. But you know what? I don't mind them, tell you the truth. I don't mind them when I get to see them for a little while. Why? Because I know I'm going to cut the grass, and I know they're not going to be here long. So when I see that pop of color, let me get one up close for you so you can see exactly how beautiful they truly are up close. See, can you see that focus? There we go. That's a beautiful little flower. Now, I'm thinking if you get a lot of those together, it would really be right beautiful to see them all together. However, I don't want to see them all over the yard, but I do like a pop of color here and there across the yard. So as I come through this way, remember I told y'all about the honeysuckles that I planted up by my fence. We got honeysuckles over here too on this side. These honeysuckles right here, they just grow wild. They truly grow wild. Then if you look across this way, you'll see how the yard is full of dandelions. But I like walking the property anyway. I like to walk the property and let y'all see exactly what's going on as I come to see what's going on. Because like I said, you have to pay attention to where you live. Now, a lot of y'all have asked about this pond. This pond is not connected to my house. This pond is on the other side of the fence. It's on the other side of the fence in the backyard. This pond, I had to fence this yard off when I got here because of this pond, because I do have a 16-year-old disabled son, and he was only, we've been here 4 years, so he was only like 13 when we got here, 12 or 13, and he's disabled, and I don't want him to have no dangers of getting close to that pond. So I fenced this yard off just for that reason. There's no way to get out of this yard from this backside of this fencing. Yes, I got to protect my son, y'all. Got to protect him from danger seen and unseen. Anything that I think would be a danger to him, I'm going to protect him from it, and myself as well. But yes, because that pond is huge, and I don't want no dealings with that dirty water. So, yeah, so that brings me back here to be able to pay attention to the work that I did the other day, and I left all the poles on the ground because I just didn't feel like putting them back that day because it was too much. And these are the poles I'm talking about right here. I just left them out there. They're doing all right. I'll move them by the time I get ready to cut the grass back here. I'll move them out of the way, or I might even just leave them there for a little while until my brother comes, and he'll help me get them out the way and to give him something to do. But y'all know what? There truly is nothing like the peace of having your own space. The peace of having your own space to know that, you don't have to worry about nobody bothering you, and you can just enjoy your time outdoors, and you can just come out here and feel the peace. And sometimes I come out here and get right up under my tent where y'all see me speaking at when I'm delivering a message from the Lord. I get right underneath my little tent and I'll just sit right there and just enjoy the outdoors. Get me some lemonade and just sit under there and just stay out here all day long and just bask in the sun, Trying not to get too much sun rays, but I always got on sunscreen. And that's another thing. Let me tell y'all, people of color, even though y'all think that y'all don't need sunscreen, you still need sunscreen on your face. That is the key to you keeping your skin beautiful. Don't be trying to put a whole bunch of chemicals on your face without putting some sunscreen on your face. I was looking over there on TikTok one day, and some lady was she was advertising something that she had gotten from the TikTok shop or wherever, and she was doing a review on it or whatever, but it burnt her face. It peeled her face. See, that's one thing about me. I don't put everything on my face. I did not put everything on my face. Why? Because my mother and my grandmother, I am 65 years old. My mother was 85 years old, and she had the most beautiful clear skin, and all I ever knew her to put on her skin was Pond's cold cream back in the day, and that's it. Other than that, she would just wash her face with water, pat it dry, put a little Pond's cold cream on it, and that's it. She didn't put no harsh soaps on her face, none of that kind of stuff. And her complexion was beautiful. I mean, just as beautiful as a baby's butt, just as smooth and pretty as it could be. But nowadays, the makeup industry has caused people to be putting a whole bunch of chemicals on their face, or piling their face up with anything and everything they can find that they think is trending, that looks good, not knowing your face has to breathe. Your face has a lot of oils, natural oils. Your face has to be able to let your skin breathe. Simply breathe. It needs to breathe. But once you're clogging all your pores up with all this makeup and all this other stuff, when you are naturally beautiful, you were naturally created to be beautiful. You don't need all that extra stuff on your face. I'm not going to get into a rant about that because I know how I can get. I love y'all, and I really truly want you to be uplifted, motivated, and inspired. I just came out here to check the yard because I'm getting ready to get out of this heat, and I'm going to relax for the rest of my Sunday. Is that all right? Y'all be blessed. I love you. But one thing I did tell y'all, I'm going to bring a video. That's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to post. I'm going to post because I want to make sure that my channel is growing. And I want you to make sure your channel is growing too. So make sure you're investing in yourself by posting on your channel each and every day. Upload a video. No matter what you got going on, videotape it. Put it out there. I love y'all. I'll see you next time.